everyone knows this, but you were actually the first African-American punter, which, you kind of talked about, again, having to kind of go to a different school because of, maybe the quarterback was African-American. Can you talk a little bit about, honestly, especially with everything going on today and just in general, how, that's a pretty significant thing to be the first person for that, and kind of, just what that kind of means and the kind of what went into that?
Well, again, it was one of those significant things that you came to grips with, but you didn't understand the full magnitude. Now, there were other African Americans who had punted in NFL games, Marlon Briscoe and Dave Lewis and several others, but no one had ever claimed that position. Those were players at other positions. But when I came into the league, I said, I'm going to be a punter. I'm not going to do anything else. But the significance was huge because I can remember in high school, in your yearbook, they put, your ambition, what you want to do, what you want to be. And even back then I said, I want to be a punter in the National Football League. And I can remember guys laughing and said, man, you must be crazy. Ain't no brothers kicking the ball in the NFL. I said, well, that's their problem. But I had a coach at Florida A&M, and his name was Pop Kittles. He was also the baseball coach. And Pop was my kicking coach. And Pop said, baby, why are you kicking the ball down the middle of the field? I said, well, Pop, that's where the return guy is standing. And then I was just thumping him. He said, well, baby, hang on a minute. He said, why don't you kick it where they ain't? I said, what? He said, kick it where they ain't. Make him run for it. Kick it to the right, kick it to the left. Your guys know where it's going. If you kick it where he ain't, I guarantee you, they'll find a place for you at the next level. And I was dumb enough to believe what Pop Kittles was telling me. I got the jeers, I got the letters, and, what do you think you're doing? And that's not a position for brothers, because again, of my speed, you should be doing something else. You should be playing something else. But Bud Grant saw the importance of having a consistent punter, but also using my speed as a threat. But it was kind of weird, Ben, because you had to put blinders on, because again, as I mentioned, it was just the beginning of the establishing of the black quarterback. Doug Williams from Grambling, James Shaq Harris, also from Grambling. I remember Warren Moon having to go to the Canadian Football League to start his career as a quarterback. And I remember Tony Dungy, doing his time at Minnesota. So it was a very interesting time, but it was also a great time. And I said, why not? And being the only African-American punter for a number of years, till Reggie Roby out of University of Iowa came along, and we became very good friends. He would even come up to Minnesota to do my kicking camps. And, even today, 2020, there are no other black punters or place kickers in the National Football League. So even though we've made progress for the black quarterback, we're in the throes of the early 60s and 70s for the black punter and black place kicker. That is the most unfortunate thing. And if I have anything to do with it, I'm going to use my days to push and not re-pioneer, but make a push for young African Americans coming out of high school and in college to really do everything that I can from a mentor standpoint, from a, just talking it through what it takes, what does it take to be a success as a punter and place kicker in the National Football League. That's what I'm doing now with a lot of kids around the country.